one of my favorite countries in the world, and I have to say that carefully because I work in countries all over the world, but is the precious country of Venezuela. Venezuela is in northern South America, right beside Colombia, right on the Caribbean, and it is in a tough situation right now. It is an amazing country with so many resources, incredibly resilient people. I had the privilege of living there for 11 years and pioneering Youth for Christ there. At our recent conference we had in Brazil for Youth for Christ Latin America, one of the representatives from Youth for Christ Venezuela was a precious laborer and staff member called Matute. And Matute was there and just pouring out his heart about the pathos and the problems and the plight of teenagers in Venezuela. One of our staff became aware that he had just suffered the loss of a computer and needed a replacement desperately. In order to do good ministry, you need some tools. And so what that staff member did was take an offering amongst the staff that were at this conference. Remember, these are staff that live on a shoestring. And so they sacrificially gave, and they also rallied the help of a local church there in Brazil to give an offering. They weren't even aware of all of the reasons for the offering, but they gave generously. And then they bought this laptop, and they were able to present it to Matute. Matute was absolutely overwhelmed. And actually, on top of the money that it cost to buy the laptop, there was a little bit of leftover offering. So Matute is blown away by the generosity and by the lavish, extravagant gift of this laptop. And shortly after seeing the amount of money that was left over that was also given to him, he said, you know what? This is the exact amount I needed to cover a surgery that my wife desperately needed. Isn't God amazing? God is a God that knows numbers and is a God of calculation. And he knew exactly what Matute needed for his ministry and for his family. God knows your needs. And that's why we enjoy serving with Youth for Christ, because Youth for Christ is just a conduit of God's blessing to a generation.